everyone, so I am here in the next video of chapter 4. I hope it will be the last video of this chapter, analytical chemistry. In the previous two videos I have explained you about the analysis of salts, how to analyze an unknown salt by dividing it into cation and anion, and then we can analyze the respective cations and anions with using different reagents. Okay, so analysis of cations we can do by using sodium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide, whereas analysis of anion we can do by using dilute sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid or barium chloride solution. Okay, so now we are going to start action of strong alkalis on ammonium salt. Strong alkalis, all these properties, action of alkali on ammonium salt as well as action of alkalis on amphoteric metal, these two topics we are showing with the action of strong alkalis only, which means this type of reaction will not be shown by a weak alkali. So you have seen the action of strong alkalis, how they decompose the salt of heavy metals. आपने देखा कैल्शियम, कॉपर, फेरस, फेरिक, जिंक, लेड, इनके सॉल्ट्स, इनके सॉल्युबल सॉल्ट्स को स्ट्रॉन्ग एल्कलीज डिकम्पोज करके इनसॉल्युबल कलर्ड प्रेसिपिटेट के फॉर्म में देती हैं, जो कि हमको हेल्प करते हैं टू फाइंड आउट और टू get the hint or get an idea about the particular cation present in the salt. So what will be the action of strong alkalis when they are added to ammonium salts? हमने heavy metal के salts में तो ऐड करके ऑब्जर्वेशन देख लिया, लेकिन अमोनियम salts में alkali को ऐड करने पर क्या ऑब्जर्वेशन आएगा? When we are talking about ammonium salts, don't show the reaction with ammonium nitrate because it is an explosive salt. It will show explosive reaction. So we will discuss this property of alkali only with two ammonium salts, ammonium chloride and ammonium sulfate. So what is the property of strong alkalis? When they are added to ammonium salt, they give salt, water and ammonia. Once again, when strong alkalis are added to ammonium salts, they give salt, water and ammonia, or you can say evolution of ammonia is the characteristic observation or the property of ammonium salts when they are treated with strong alkalis. Okay, but how can you identify that the gas evolved is ammonia gas? Actually ammonia is a pungent smelling gas. Some other gases also have the pungent smell, तो ये कोई characteristic feature नहीं हुआ. So what we can do, soon the gas evolves, just bring a glass rod dipped in concentrated HCl. ग्लास रॉड लेनी है, concentrated HCl में डिप करके, and just keep it over the mouth of the test tube in which this gas is coming out. So you will find a dense white fumes. जो वो पंजेंट स्मेलिंग गैस आ रही है उसके ऊपर कंसनट्रेटेड HCl से ग्लास रॉड डिप करके लगाने पर अगर डेंस वाइट फ्यूम्स, बहुत ज़्यादा डार्क कलर का धुआं सा, वाइट धुआं सा निकलता हुआ दिखता है, देन यू कैन कन्फर्म दैट द गैस विच वॉज कमिंग इज अमोनिया, एंड येस द सॉल्ट विच हैज़ बीन डिकम्पोज्ड बाय alkali is of course a ammonium salt. Once again, why this happens, why this observation is seen? Actually, you know the very common reaction between ammonia and HCl. When ammonia gas combined with HCl, they form ammonium chloride, and those dense white fumes are of ammonium chloride, which is a sublimatory salt. Okay, so you can not only observe the evolution of ammonia, but you can also identify that why the gas evolved is the ammonia gas. Okay, coming to the same reaction will be shown by the ammonium sulfate also. Ammonium sulfate on adding strong alkalis will give sodium sulfate, which is the salt, water and ammonia. Ammonium chloride on adding sodium hydroxide will be the salt, sodium chloride, water and ammonia. So ammonia will be liberated by ammonium salts when they are treated with strong alkalis. Next is action of alkalis on amphoteric metals, their oxides or hydroxides. You know that metals, they have they react or they show the displacement reaction with dilute acids. ये एक कॉमन प्रॉपर्टी होती है एसिड्स की भी और एक्टिव मेटल्स की, दैट व्हेन दे आर एडेड टू डाइल्यूट एसिड्स दे लिबरेट हाइड्रोजन. बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एम्फोटेरिक मेटल्स, दे आर जिंक, aluminium and lead. So amphoteric metals, they have the dual nature. Dual nature means they show the property of acid and base, as well as they react with both acid and base in the same way. So these amphoteric metals, zinc, aluminium, lead, when they are added to strong alkalis, Here also they show the displacement of hydrogen. जैसे इन मेटल्स को डाइल्यूट एसिड में ऐड करने पर हाइड्रोजन गैस लिबरेट होती है, इन द सेम वे ड्यू टू देयर एम्फोटेरिक नेचर दीज सेम थ्री मेटल्स कैन ऑल्सो लिबरेट हाइड्रोजन विद स्ट्रॉन्ग एल्कलीज. Strong alkalis में you can use NaOH or KOH. No other alkali has to be used here. So when zinc is added to NaOH, you will get the soluble salt sodium zincate and hydrogen will be evolved. When aluminium is added, actually aluminium, always remember, it react with very dilute alkali. So along with NaOH you have to add water also, because it will react with very dilute alkali to give you sodium meta-aluminate. The salt sodium meta-aluminate and hydrogen gas will be evolved. What is the identification of hydrogen? It will burn with pop sound. Next, lead also show the same type of reaction on adding to strong alkali. It will form sodium plumbate, the soluble salt, and liberate hydrogen. So what property you came to know? Amphoteric metals, they can liberate hydrogen not only with acids but also with alkalis with respective salts, and hydrogen gas is liberated. Now what will be the result when we use these metal ऑक्साइड्स और हाइड्रोक्साइड्स? अगर हम इन एम्फोटेरिक मेटल्स के ऑक्साइड्स या हाइड्रोक्साइड्स को एल्कली से रिएक्ट कराते हैं, देन व्हाट विल बी द रिजल्ट? हियर द रिजल्ट or the type of reaction will be neutralization, because of course these metal oxides and hydroxides, they are base. But yes, this sodium hydroxide is also a base, but it is a very strong base, a strong alkali. So when a very strong alkali is added to these metal oxides or hydroxides, then due to their amphoteric nature, they will start behaving as acid. ये एसिड की तरह बिहेव करने लगेंगे, and of course ये तो बेस ही है. So you know what is the result of acid and base reaction? When acid and base react, they will give you salt and water, soluble salt and water, because it is neutralization reaction. So both this zinc oxide and zinc hydroxide, generally they are metal oxide or metal hydroxide which are basic in nature, but when a strong alkali is added, they start acting as acid, and the result will be the neutralization reaction to give you soluble salt and water. So zinc oxide with sodium hydroxide give you sodium zincate and water, and zinc hydroxide with sodium hydroxide will also give you sodium zincate and water. Generally there is no reaction between base and a base, acid and acid. You know, अगर इसके सामने हम एक strong alkali add नहीं करेंगे, if you are reacting zinc oxide with copper oxide, so here both will be considered to be base, both will be base here, then you know there is no reaction between base and a base or acid and acid, but they will show the dual nature or the acidic property only when a very strong alkali is added to them, then only they start this dual nature of acidic nature, and then they will give you salt and water. Aluminium oxide with sodium hydroxide will give the salt sodium meta-aluminate and water, whereas aluminium hydroxide AlOH whole thrice with sodium hydroxide will also give sodium meta-aluminate and water. So main concept or the basic skeletal equation is, whenever amphoteric metal oxides or hydroxide react with strong alkalis, they give soluble salt and water as a result of neutralization reaction due to amphoteric nature. The last metal which is left is lead, of course. So lead oxide and lead hydroxide. In place of NaOH, you can also use KOH because it is also a very strong alkali. So the result will be same. In place of sodium, you will get potassium salt. So potassium plumbate and water. Here also potassium plumbate and water. Okay, so here I am finishing this chapter. We have discussed the analysis of the cations. I also explained you about analysis of anions, though they are not in your syllabus, but yes, they are the part of your practical syllabus. Okay, so please go through it and do the practice by writing equations again and again. Observation, equations, differentiate. Many questions are asked from this chapter, and now the most important part of this chapter is solution of the exercise. So solve in-text question as well as exercise 4 completely and give me your work, send me your work, and within 2 days I will start the next chapter, which is organic chemistry.